This presentation is brought to you by Ian Ingram, and today we're going to be talking about what started the Trojan War. Now, most people will tell you the Trojan War started because of a queen named Helena, but today we're going to be talking about what really started it. Like really started it. Now, to truly understand this story, we need to back up a little bit to a wedding between two gods, Peleus and Thetis. These gods were getting married, and all the gods and goddesses were invited. All of which besides Ares, who was the god of discord, which made her an automatic party pooper. But she did not let this lack of invitation stop her from attending the wedding. However, at the wedding, in spite and in anger, Ares threw a golden apple at the feet of three goddesses, the apple inscribed with the words Callisti, meaning for the fairest of them all. And with this, not surprisingly, a fight ensued between the three goddesses. Eventually, after this fight went on for some time, the goddesses became tired of fighting, and they decided to ask Zeus to choose which goddess the apple would go to. However, Zeus, being a smart man and knowing this was not a good position to be in, deferred the responsibility over to Paris, the prince of Troy. However, this was not to be a fair competition, and each goddess, wanting to ensure their position over the others, offered a bribe to the prince, one of which was Aphrodite, who told Paris that if she were to be chosen, she would give him the most beautiful woman in the land. Paris was quick to take the offer, however the prince soon realized that this would be Helena, who was already married to the king Sparta. However, the prince didn't let this impede him, and he stole her from her husband, which would later lead to the Trojan War. Now you might be saying, well, that's a good story, but how does it relate to me? How does it affect modern media and modern art today? The answer? Snow White. This is one of the most classic children's tale where the wicked queen utilizes an apple as her weapon of choice against Snow White. Sound familiar? That's because it is. This is directly paralleled by Ares using the golden apple in order to cause distress between the gods. In addition, the apple is quoting as saying, "the fairest of them all." This can be juxtaposed extremely well to the similar line in Snow White where the queen asks the mirror, "who is the fairest of them all?" And finally, the use of prince in Snow White relates to Paris in the story of his judgment. These stories are directly connected, and one can easily see how Snow White directly alludes to the Judgement of Paris.